So I'm Jess and I work in the Engagement Hub, which is part of Children and Young People Services at Suffolk County Council. And one of the groups that we support in the Engagement Hub is the Send Young Persons Network. And we meet with lots of young people across Suffolk in different settings, generally in schools and colleges, because that's where they've said they'd like to meet us. And over the last really couple of years, we've been talking to young people about what's important to them, what's working well, what's not working so well with services that Suffolk County Council and partners provide, and just generally getting an idea about how we can maybe support them more. And one of the things that they've been telling us, and lots of young people across Suffolk have been telling us, is that they don't always feel supported in the community or especially safe. So we talked around that. We tried to sort of flip it on its head and think, well, what is positive in the community for you, and what do you find, what places do you find supportive and inclusive? And that's where our Safe and Supported project came from, and that's kind of where the Inclusive Suffolk Week kind of started, which is exciting. So the managers have sort of picked it up and made it into a whole week, and actually it just came from the Send Young Persons Network idea of saying thank you to the places that do feel supportive and safe to those young people. So we sent them out on a bit of a mission with a survey to go around and let us know about the places where they feel supported, and we've ended up with a list of places all over Suffolk, from Tesco's in Beccles to Aldercar Farm in Needham Market, all the way across Suffolk, where young people have really highlighted that they feel included there, they feel welcomed, there's people there to help them and support them, potentially show them around if necessary, and where they can go and just feel part of the community. So yeah, that's where the project started. We talked to young people and asked them, okay, let's imagine that you're going to the cinema, for example. You really want to go, you're excited to go, but you start feeling a bit nervous because you've never been before. What is it about the place that could help you to feel calmer, safer, more supported once you get there? So we came up with a list of things that anyone can do in those places to help young people feel safer and supported and calmer and have a more enjoyable experience there. So we were talking about the cinema, but it could be anywhere, any location really. So the things that young people came up with were having sort of a list of rules almost on the wall, or kind of what's expected of me in this venue, and that sort of brings the social anxiety down because they know what's expected. So am I allowed to use my phone? Am I allowed to bring my own food and drink? That kind of also includes like really good signage, so where are the changing rooms, for example, if I'm going to a sports centre. They would also they do really value sort of videos on websites. So if you're a venue and you're able to put like an interactive video on your website of showing the location, that helps because then the young people have seen where they're going before they get there. They also talked about reviews by other young people about those places, which is kind of what we're trying to do as well. So all the lists of the different places that young people have rated as safe and supported, we're going to put that onto our website so other young people can see places that young people have rated as safe and supported. They would really like, which sounds really simple, but just a smile and a friendly face when they walk in, and it makes absolutely huge difference. That was kind of top priority, and I almost forgot it because it's so simple, but it makes such a huge difference. So if you're on reception or if you're customer service staff or in a shop, then just be welcoming and say, can I help you? And be available for as long or as little as the young person needs you there. So kind of be guided by them. Don't let them, don't help them not to feel too rushed around. What else? Rules. Help me if there's things that I need to know. So again, sort of like the rules. So if there are instructions that I need to be aware of, then please help me to listen with that. show me around, having a buddy or someone to give me time. Make it clear if you're there to be helpful. So like almost have a badge on you or on your desk if you're at a reception to say I'm here to help, and make it as obvious as possible.
Well, the options that we've chosen are recreate, because it's a great place for young people to go, and then the Ipswich waterfront that I chose was well, I liked it because it's peaceful and quiet. And then you've got Pottsford Farm that helps young people get into work. Then you've got Christchurch Park, Michelle?
Yeah.
Then you've got Christchurch Park that, again, so you can go for walks and stuff and it's peaceful and that.
The trees, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then the next one.
Then you've got the mansion as well, because, you know, it's got a lot of different things that you can do and see. Then you got bingo with the family as well. So,
Bit of fun.
And then the Empire Cinema, where it's fun for all the family as well.
Okay, great. Thank you,
We're
Abby.
done, Abby.
Do you want to say anything else, Michelle?
No.
What would be your top place out of all of these places,
I'm gonna
and
say
why?
I like the top one because that's where I go on Friday and Thursday.
Okay, I've never heard of Recreate. What do they do?
It's near. I've got to think now where this is now. I think now. It's near Philipstowe Road, I think.
Philipstowe Road. Okay.
I think it's near there.
Yeah.
But I'm going there tomorrow. My
Okay.
day there tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I've got a busy day there tomorrow.
And I also I like the waterfront because it's peaceful, and and it's just such a great place to go for a walk.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay.
I think
Thank
we're
you.
done, Abby.
I live on my own.
Never on your own. So you wouldn't go into
No.
town here on your own?
No,
No.
none at all.
What would put you off doing that?
So I go with my friends,
You want to go with your friends
or my mum,
or your mum?
or my dad.
What is your favourite places to go in England, near where you live, say, or near the college?
Berry,
Bury. Any particular shops or places?
Nets, and Nina,
Next to New Look
yeah, H&M.
and H&M, yeah. I
Yeah.
like H&M. That's a nice shop, isn't it?
Yeah, me too. P. Was that P?
Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock, yeah. Yeah, in High Hill. Not Berry, I'm not High Hill.
Right.
Both.
Oh, you like both? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Is there any places that you really wouldn't go to, Victoria? That you...
Nope.
No. As long as you've got family
Yeah.
or friends,
Yes.
you're happy to go to
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
I live my own.
Yeah. Never on your own.
Not with my friends.
And how do you get to college?
Taxi.
Taxi, and taxi feels the right thing for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you go out and about with your brother?
Yeah, I do. Go shopping, like food.
Yeah. It's brilliant. And have you enjoyed Claire and Jack coming in?
Yeah, I do.
And you're going to go to the laser tag?
Yes, I am.
You are. Brilliant. You'll enjoy it.
I will.
Yeah, it's good. You've been before?
I've been lots.
Oh, you're an old hand. So they're expecting you to be the winner.
Yes. Best brother ever.
Oh, it sounds as if he's the best brother ever.
Yeah.
And it sounds as if you have a really good time with your brother
With mum and dad
and your mum and dad
and my friends.
and your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like going to Ipswich Town because I like going to Game and CX and Argos and Wilco and McDonald's. because this the staff member very helpful in these type of places, and it's very safe in these places because staff members take care of you. They ask you what you want. The next one is I would like to go to Empire Cinema because it had movies. Yes, from Sean.
That's from Sean, okay.
Yeah.
That's the second time someone's mentioned Empire Cinema. That's cool.
Yeah,
2 votes for Empire Cinema.
in Buttermarket.
Okay. Are they friendly in there too then?
Oh yeah, very.
Great.
And you get a regular hot dog or a large one.
Oh, yum.
You can get regular nachos or large nachos.
Oh. And
You
do you always go large?
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
large for popcorn and drink. And the best part is there's interesting movies in age and tell you on the website like if it's good or bad. You get yeah, it's
Got
fun.
a good website too.
Yeah. And I like go to Felixstowe because fish and chips.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and a lot. And then you got Ipswich Transport Museum. It's got loads of good transport, tell you about the history, how they work, and even gift shop, and it's fun. And Baba Blacksy, the end.
Amazing.
Amazing! Thank you! Where would you feel comfortable, say, to walk in on your own? Is there any shops or
Yes.
where would they be?
Shops in towns
In town, yeah.
and cities.
Yeah.
An arcade.
The Grand Arcade, yeah, it's quite big, isn't it,
Yes.
the Grand Arcade?
John Lewis.
John Lewis, that's a big shop as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you in Cambridge,
Yes.
Bobby?
Oh, Grand Arcade, of course, it's in Cambridge, isn't it?
Yeah. At the
Yeah.
Grafton Centre.
Yes, and you've got the Grafton Centre and then you've got the Grand Arcade.
Yes.
Lots of shops in
There are
both
loads
of them.
of shops everywhere.
And you feel safe to walk into them by yourself
Yes. With my friends.
and with your friends. Oh, well, that's really good to hear.
Yep.
And how do you get there? Do you take the bus normally or
A taxi.
a taxi? Yeah. And is that the way you prefer to go, by a taxi?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the bus.
And the bus.
Mhm.
And when you're walking around college, where are your favourite places to go in the college?
Leonardo.
Leonardo, is that the cafe just
Yes.
there?
And Bistro.
And the bistro.
Yep.
What do you like about them?
Food.
Absolutely. What's your favourite food to get while you're at college?
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Crisps.
Ooh, yeah.
And fruits and veg.
And fruit and veg. Wonderful. By the sounds of it, you've been doing lots of quizzes.
Yep. Safety issues.
Safety issues.
Yep.
Oh, they've been talking about safety.
Yes.
Yeah. So for you, it's you've got to be safe when you go into places.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got to be very careful.
Because other young people can now listen to you,
Yes.
and hopefully it will help them to feel safe to go out and about to shops because they know you do.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
going to be really helpful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thank you so much.
The gym,
The gym.
because I go to the, but at the moment I'm going to the gym.
Where's that gym?
It's a private one in Morton Hall.
Oh, okay. In Bury.
Yeah, still in Bury.
Yeah.
Quite small one. Well, they are making it bigger, but yeah, it's quite small. I go with my mum and me.
Go with your mum. And what about the staff at the gym? What are they like?
Yeah, I know pretty much everyone there. They're so lovely. Like they're like so happy. Like
They're happy.
someone is there if I need one. Like
They've got a happy face.
Yeah.
Makes a difference, doesn't it? And would you ever feel safe enough or comfortable enough, I should say, to go on your own?
I can't, because
No.
I've got epilepsy.
Okay, so you really feel comfortable with somebody who knows about your epilepsy
Yeah.
to be there with you?
I used to go barrow horse
Ah, I
riding.
know where that is, yeah.
I used to muck up there.
Yeah. And that's somewhere you felt really comfortable going as well?
Yeah, because I know animals. I need the horses, I need the people. I just, I always open up.
Yeah.
I used
Big.
to feed them polos.
Did you?
In the hand.
Yeah, they like polos, don't they, for some reason? And is there anywhere that you've ever been that you didn't feel very comfortable?
The supermarkets, maybe, because I don't like big crowds so
Okay.
much. And concerts too.
And
'cause
concerts?
I've been to one concert, which is Ed Sheeran. I've been to that was in Ipswich. And it was too much of it. Not waiting. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I was in the disabled bit.
Yeah.
But still.
It didn't feel like it. No.
No.
There's still too many people within that bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. I do walk into town.
Where would you go when you walked into town?
Certain shops, just have a browse, get a drink.
Would you go out on your own?
I can.
You can.
It's just that I haven't been able to simply because I haven't filled out the form, and my mum's worried about me because of my autism. It's simply because of a mum thing. Well, sometimes I do get lost in my head sometimes.
Right.
And I get distracted by that.
Right.
And she just thinks that could be a problem for when I'm going out by myself. She doesn't want people thinking I'm weird or
Right.
something like that.
But it's not something you necessarily worry about.
No,
No, so it's more you're taking on mum's worries and
a little bit.
Has
And
there
she is aware of it.
yeah. Is there anything that's happened to make mum worry? And you don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
I don't think so.
Nothing in particular.
No.
Say if there was a club happening, something you enjoyed, would you feel comfortable to join a club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've joined clubs before.
Yeah. So you don't feel as if you're missing out on anything? You feel as if
No.
you can go where you want to go, except for mum maybe being a little bit worried?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably to different places, McDonald's for lunch or pound shop or the shop to get something to drink or eat or whatever, or just chill out really.
Are you okay to go on your own into places?
Yeah, I'm alright to go on, man.
Yeah.
I do have friends, but obviously the people that I do sometimes, or I'll be with my family, or be on my own, whatever I'm doing at the time really.
Things like joining clubs. So if I said to you, right, there's a boxing club tonight, do you fancy joining it? How would you feel about that? It could be anything. I'm just making up
I
boxing.
do it. I just don't tend to go to clubs or put that on my things to do. So it could be something, but it's not because I don't have the confidence to do that sort of thing. It's just because I never get round to doing it.
And what about things like going to the doctors, like the GP surgery? How would you feel about going, say, on your own?
I would probably, something I haven't done, which I will say, it's not because I'm worried about or anxious. Maybe it is a little bit more
so than the other
yeah,
stuff.
I just don't go to the doctors very often. I'm not rarely ever ill, so when I do go, like for vaccines and stuff like that, I'll go with my parents or my not carers but parents, or I wouldn't go on my own.
So something like that, you wouldn't really want to go on your own at the minute. It'd be something that you'd do with your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. Whoever's.
Is there any way you can think of that you would feel nervous to go? Not that I want you to feel nervous.
Not really.
No.
Not really.
And you're walking around college is fine for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're happy to go out at lunch and stuff?
I like the going to town because it's a big assignment to people to look at stuff like books, cooking food, something like that. The next to the apex and that, and then next to peacocks, next to JDs, next to another food shop. I can't remember what it's called. I would say the bookstore because the variety of books they have are good. But one of the aisles I did like to see, and probably buy one day if I get managed.
So you liked it in the bookstore?
Yeah.
Yeah, you felt comfortable to be
Yeah.
in there. Brilliant. And what about round the college? Where are your favourite places to go around the college?
Probably the co-ops and little meadow in the main college area to just think what is next for next year or next future I have.
So you feel comfortable walking around the college?
Yeah. I think I got loads of friends nearby, and some of them are in the other bit of college, and some of them are here. So I'm not alone or whatever.
So friends make you feel comfortable and confident, and you've made lots of friends there.
Yeah.
Our local Tesco's, the one in Beccles, the manager or whoever runs that place realised that I went in quite often, and I have like a routine so that I went in there like every Saturday, but at the time, and he asked me, what can I do to make this place more safe for you when you come, because he had obviously checked like the security cameras to see like what times I come, and he was like, what can I do to make it safer for you here? And obviously me being me didn't tell him, so then he asked Mum, and then Mum gave him a list of things that made me like upset or something, and then he changed it all. So like he turned off, they used to have music in there, so he'd turn it off, and now that's been like completely like wiped off. It's never on anymore.
Goodness, that's amazing, isn't it?
And he pushed to make a programme that every Sunday at 8 a.m, all the shops, so all Tesco's in, I think it's either in Suffolk or like in like Beccles, Lowestoft, I think a bit in Great Yarmouth as well, that it's disability friendly. So then people with disabilities and hidden disabilities can go in and not stress. It's literally like just them and like a couple other people. That's quite cool. Our local library is really good. They're really nice.
So this is all rather exciting because for a number of years now we have had our poster that is often seen around called the Ideal Worker poster that young people put together for staff and professionals to read, just to kind of see what a young person wants from a worker. So we've got that out and about a lot, and we realised that it would be good to maybe make a series of those posters. So we now have a poster that we've made about how to support an autistic young person that we did with young people from Deucecroft School. So we've got lots of feedback from them. So that's now our How to Support an Autistic Young Person poster. And then we also have an ideal meeting poster. So you've got the ideal worker, but now we've got the ideal meeting. So when you're talking to a young person in a meeting, how to make it as young person friendly as possible, basically. And they're just little, as you'll see, snippets of advice from young people to professionals about how to best support them. So if you'd like to know more about the Send Young Persons Network and also sort of find out about the Ideal Worker and Ideal Meeting posters and all of that, a series of posters, go to www.thesource.me.uk and find out some more information.